Hello every single one of you on this beautiful day with these beautiful Bitcoin price action, guys. Bitcoin broke below this smaller channel, but right now is getting supported at the middle of the channel below. And in today's video, guys, I just quickly want to share with you what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. And we are going to have a look at a lot of different charts. And I think I might be able to give you a very clear answer on what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin and what are a little bit the probabilities around right here in the market. So guys, let's jump straight into it. Of course, before we are zooming in on Bitcoin, guys, it is from tremendous importance that every single one of you scrolls below this video and hit that thumbs up button. We really need that to get that engagement because we want this channel to blow up in 2023, because we want to have the concept of time and all forms of trading very widespread through the trading community, because that will help a lot of people being more profitable once it resonates with them. So a lot of people won't like the way we analyze things. That doesn't matter, because there will always be some people who will feel attracted to this type of analysis, and we need to find those people. Very important. Okay, so what I said basically the other day was that we are on this smaller channel right here, and if we break down, we basically come in the channel below, and we did that so far. I actually think that we are holding still strong right here, because we got supported exactly at the middle of the channel. So that is actually quite nice. That doesn't mean that we couldn't visit the lows. We still can go to the lows. Actually, it would kind of make sense. We have the former resistance right here, and Bitcoin might tap into these lows. Doesn't necessarily needs to happen. But as long as we are trading above this former resistance, I still consider this a uptrend. If we do break below that resistance, then we actually can start worry a little bit, and we might see a further correction, as that will line up in terms of time, it will line up in terms of structure, also it will line up in terms of momentum indicators, because if we go to the momentum indicators, for example, on the daily time frame, that's what everybody's talking about. Yeah, we got this bearish divergences. Yes, we do got bearish divergences. So what? Because during every bull market, we get a ton, loads of bearish divergences, and Bitcoin just completely ignores it. Right? If we go to the 4-hour time frame, look how much that relative strength index actually retraced in comparison to the price. That is actually quite sick, because normally we want to see in a bull market, we want to see the relative strength index coming down more aggressively than the price. Well, that's definitely happening. Look, the price just comes a little bit down to these levels. So the price came down to these levels, but the relative strength index just plummeted down, creating this hidden bullish divergence. So it is also a divergence basically when we have a higher low in the price and a lower low in the relative strength index. That is called a hidden bullish divergence, not a regular one. And I have to say that those are normally less powerful than the regular ones. The regular ones are most powerful. However, this still shows bullish momentum. This still shows that Bitcoin is actually rather more bullish. That's why I'm going to stick with my thesis right here, that I still think Bitcoin can rally into the next days, into that resistance, but I'm also going to be very, very clear right here that I think it won't last that long, potentially, okay, because we are getting very close, or actually might already have seen that 60-day cycle top. So this might be the top, but we might see it in a rally coming up in the coming days. Right, but based on time, we're just very, very close to a top, but we're also getting very close to a bottom. And it really does make sense, if we have a look at this bigger channel right here, that we might do something like this. We might have like we touch with that resistance, which we already have, get a pullback right here, and then after that next 60-day cycle low, we get a breakout, and we can actually visit the middle of this bigger macro channel at roughly $45,000 US, $43,000 US, depending on where in time we are going to meet that level. But I think the chances are definitely more likely right now to break out to the upside rather than coming back down to test this support again and really lose the support of this bigger channel. So I'm actually quite bullish on Bitcoin. Also, of course, because right now it's just the season of buying. When we have a look at the BLX chart, let me get rid of these so you can see it a little bit better. So we are in the green zone right here. So generally I would say I don't think Bitcoin is going to visit the lows or even surpass the lows. We did that in 2020, but I do think that that was kind of a black swan event, a unique opportunity for all of us. It is always possible. It is always possible. It is Bitcoin, but I don't think it is that probable. I think Bitcoin is actually looking very, very bullish this year and the early stages of next year as well. So, what else do we have? We have time is lining up. We have this chart. This is the stablecoin dominance chart. And guys, this is also looking a bit weird, right? Because this structure is being respected actually quite perfect. The middle of the channel, the bottom, the top of the channel, and right now we are just like hovering below the bottom of the channel. So it would definitely make more sense to touch this level soon and maybe bounce from there. So that would align with Bitcoin going up, as there is a inverse correlation between this chart and Bitcoin. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we can do something like this as well. I'm really hunting this chart because this chart also shows me that it's just we are a little bit in between right now. So it doesn't look like we are going to set a major low right here. That wouldn't really make that much sense based on the structure. But if we do get a bounce, I would expect something like this, or we are going to touch it over the next coming days ahead. But the more days are going to pass right now, the higher the likelihood the Bitcoin top actually is in, because we are going to getting closer as well to that cycle low, which is in the beginning of May. And you know what I've said before, sell in May, walk away. I still think that counts. But if I have to time it very perfectly, I still think there is one last push right here in it for Bitcoin before we are going to see that top and before we are going to see that correction. That's my opinion, but I also want to express right here that this is a quite dangerous way of thinking, because we already like approaching a lot of things based on time, based on price for a correction, right? I just think we are not exactly there yet right now, but it is possible that I'm wrong. Also, guys, when we have a look at, and this is very important, when we have a look at the funding rates also are coming down right here. The average funding fee is coming down. Here you can see it's half of a regular positive funding fee. Ethereum is a little bit higher though. So on the coin margin, it's also going down. So this confirms my thesis of that I'm actually still bullish on Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame, because right now there are just a lot of people opening shorts while Bitcoin going down, and it really does make sense if you only look at the structure. So you don't look at time and you don't look at derivative exchange data, and you only look at the structure. I think a lot of people will say like, yeah, we are going to see a reversal right here, bearish divergences everywhere, and yeah, who knows, it is also possible. I just think based on derivatives exchange data, based on time, we still could see one last push to the upside and really see a sentiment flip where people are really turning super bullish and then don't really expect Bitcoin to make that correction, and then that correction will come. That is what I think, and it will either be at the support right here in the US dollar in the stablecoin dominance basically, or we might even see in an extreme case a breakdown of this channel and a retest. Sooner or later, I do think this chart will break down. I just don't think it will happen in one go, because we already have seen such a big decline just with one bounce right here, and it would be crazy to just fall below that support. Although it is possible, I would say testing the support, it would definitely make more sense to see a bounce. But this is really edge against other traders, because I haven't seen any other trader talking about this chart, talking about this structure. So basically, I think we are the only community that are looking at this chart, and this chart can be so how do you say that, so precise on where that Bitcoin top might is. So we have some resistance coming in right here, aligning with that support in the uptrending support of this channel. And yeah, if we were to touch that, guys, I would say like you can almost measure it on the day, as this is a daily time frame. You can see exactly on the level where that top 10 might be in Bitcoin, and we can confirm that with a high reading on the premium index, the sentiment flip in the funding rate, so funding rates pushing back to positive. So that is actually the mindset of how we can approach these markets, how we can trade. And I don't think anyone else there on YouTube would have a similar strategy as this. Looking at the stablecoin dominance, then look and use that together with derivatives exchange data. So we can actually predict the Bitcoin top almost exactly to the minute if this scenario is going to occur, of course, based on charts that are not even the Bitcoin chart itself. Right, so we're just looking at stablecoin dominance, we are looking at derivatives exchange data. But if you, for example, see something like this, so the stablecoin dominance is touching this support, Bitcoin is having a rally, because once this is going down, Bitcoin is going up. After a rally, we touch a resistance in the Bitcoin price. Might be a top, might be 32k, might be 33, might be 31, whatever. The level doesn't matter, because we have to look at the charts. We see this chart at support. We are seeing a high divergence reading in the premium index, which means that there has a extreme happening in the markets, and I mean really a high divergence, so not 0.2, no, really a big one. You want to have like a really, when you look at the chart, you're like, whoa, okay, this definitely is something, right? And yeah, we want to see the funding rates turn positive. A lot of people start longing again, which will create liquidity for Bitcoin to come down. Then you can actually be very sure that we saw at least a short-term Bitcoin top. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this type of analysis. I hope you learned something from this. If so, make sure to scroll below this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below, as I think, and I really do believe that we are going to be the channel that are going to outperform most people during this bull market, because we have some assets that other people don't have, and that is derivatives exchange data, where we have high knowledge from, and we have time. We already have a macro perspective right here. We already know when we are going to take profits on Bitcoin, how Bitcoin should look at a certain time period, in order to convince ourselves on a macro scale that we are getting close to a top, so we will be taking profits. And as you might know from 2022, this is one of the most hardest things, right? It is super difficult to convince yourself in an emotional state to do something against your emotional feelings. And I'm going to try to convince every single one of you, because I know I will convince myself at the right time. Then guys, we also had a nice press release yesterday on bitcoin.com. WhalePortal is really growing. The amount of users is really stepping up every single day. And yeah, we had a nice press release right here talking about how important funding rates actually are for trading. If you want to read that, you can see that over on the news.bitcoin.com, and you have a look at the press releases. So guys, that was it basically for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I think you guys do. Otherwise, you wouldn't stick till this video till the end. So yeah, guys, I think we are on something here. We really have a specific path that we are walking right here on this channel, and I think it's really different than what we are seeing on other YouTube channels. I'm not saying anything bad about other YouTubers, because I think everyone is doing their thing or is authentic in their own way. I just think that what we are doing is really something different, and that is very important, because that will definitely help us to escape the herd mentality and to really try and outperform the rest in this game of trading. So if you like to receive extra information, you can do so by joining WhaleAlerts. WhaleAlerts is a Telegram channel where you can actually enjoy extra information. We've shared a lot of altcoins already this year, which most of them actually all outperform Bitcoin. Most of them actually quite doubled, and I'm not going to act like that we always know which altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. No, we may be just lucky by picking the right altcoins, but of course we are doing our best to pick the right ones. And yeah, that's just the only thing I can promise, that we are doing our best to give you the most valuable, best information, although it doesn't have to it's not a guarantee basically. But all the coins that we've shared, and it has been some of maybe 10 coins, they all have outperformed Bitcoin during the times that we've shared, and they all are like quite up in profit. Which is actually quite nice. Also, the Bitcoin trades we've shared, most of them actually worked out very nice, and the last trade was also very profitable. So yeah, guys, if you want to join that extra Telegram channel for extra information, you can do so basically for free. The only thing that you need to do is you need to join a cryptocurrency exchange, and you need to be an active trader. So you can join Bybit with the affiliate link down below this video. You can get $30,000 bonus, deposit bonus, depending on how much money you are going to deposit. But with your user ID, you can submit that over on the whaleportal.com, and you go to WhaleAlerts. Here you can submit your user ID and your email address, Telegram handle, and I will put you into the Telegram group. Do take in mind, you need to sign up on Bybit. You can click on this image. You can click on the link below this video. Deposit minimal $100, and then you can submit your user ID. I know there are some people that already have a Bybit account and they cannot create a second Bybit account, or there are people from the United States who cannot use Bybit. So for them, you can also use bitget. But for that, you go to the exchanges right here, cryptocurrency exchanges. You click on bitget view, and then you have to click right here on visit bitget, because this link is our affiliate link that will bring you to the bitget website. There you can sign up, deposit $100 minimum, and then you can submit your bitget user ID right here as well, and then I will add you to the Telegram channel once I verified with bitget the deposit requirements and so on. So guys, if you are interested in that, make sure to join. Definitely Bybit and bitget are the best exchanges out there, if you ask me. I'm using both at the moment, because also some altcoins that we were buying were available over on bitget and not over on Bybit. So yeah, I definitely think it is a very good exchange. Yeah, guys, so if you want, make sure to join with the affiliate link down below. Then, guys, I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today. Make sure that every single choice you make today is going to empower you and is going to make you a better person than you were yesterday. And yeah, I love you all very much, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.